Hello. Let's get that right. All right. Hello and welcome to our Monday afternoon live class. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is our Monday afternoon live class. Today we're going to be drawing the Sailboat. And if you're brand new to the channel, I just wanted to welcome you, and I'm glad that you're here. We get together every Monday afternoon at 2 p.m. and draw something that has to do with landscape or a seascape. In this case, we're going to be drawing the sailboat. And before we go much further, if you get a chance, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like, and better yet, leave a comment if you prefer doing landscapes or seascapes. I'd like to see maybe that way in the future we can shift it a little bit to see something more that you would like to draw. But anyways, we are live. Go ahead, and I'm monitoring the comment section. So if you have a question, feel free to bring it up. But let's get right into this. Okay, so we have this great sailboat in front of us. Let me kind of go over this idea. Let's see, do I have, yeah. Let's just talk about composition. And composition is always key. And I think it's something to take a look at, especially on this picture we have here. So in order to get a good composition, you want things to be, you want to go after things that are not symmetrical. You want to keep them asymmetrical. So the best tool that I have discovered over the years is simply a tool called the rule of thirds. All right, so let me just kind of demonstrate that to you like this. So here's a vertical picture, and here's a horizontal picture. If I divide the vertical into thirds like this, okay, we want to have a lot of the action either down here in the bottom third or up here in the top 2/3. Same thing goes true for something that's vertical. You divide it by thirds, and so then if you have a lot of like the action or what you're trying to draw the reader, the viewer to, you could do it in these two sections. You could do it in these two sections, and that would be very dramatic. You can also add to this verticals like that, horizontals like that, and then verticals over here. And then if you're able to try and get your key subject matter into one of these little spots here, that really will add a lot of drama to your photograph, so, or your drawings. So next time you're watching a movie or something like that, just watch how they set up the camera angle, and you will be amazed how often they use this idea of the rule of thirds. All right, let's get onto our picture here. I'm going to flip this around here. All right. Oh, Elena loves seascapes. All right. Let me get this. I gotta get this picture here so I can see what's going on. All right, here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and start with getting a border. I think a border is always a great way to begin any picture. So we have something that we're going to draw to. Okay. And I'm holding my pencil like this at first to try and get the bigger picture. All right. So as I look at our photo here, I'm going to crop this just a little bit. If I think of thirds here, I'm going to move this picture. Let me get this picture here. All right. I'm actually going to move it up just a little bit so I have more water coming down below, because I really like this. I like the reflection. So that's what I want this picture to be about, is the reflection. So first thing I'm going to do is put the horizon line in the top third. All right, so the top third will be sky, and the bottom 2/3 will end up being the ocean. And as I look at our photograph here, the boat seems to be in the center, which is fine. So I'm just going to put like just a little mark on this side here. I'm going to go a little darker so you can see it. And I'm going to come over here and put a little mark over here. Now, that will be the width of the boat. All right, so the nice thing is we know about a boat is it's floating, it's going in the water. So if we, let's start at the bottom here, and I'm just gonna kind of make an edge. All right, here we go. So this is gonna be the very tip of the stern. So I'm going to come in here with the stern. And I'm going to come all the way back here. I'm sorry, with the stern back here and the bow up front there. Now this boat is leaning towards us. All right, so let's get this back edge here, and I'm just very lightly dropping it in. And then the edge of the boat that's closest to us, we're going to come right down in here. Right into the bow. So I'm looking at the tip of the boat here, back here to the stern, and then visually I'm just going to put a mark like halfway between those 2 points. Now I'm going to look closely at the photo here, and I'm going to visually try and determine what is at the halfway marker. So let me look here. It's almost the cabin. It's almost the edge of the cabin. So let's come up a little bit on the back side of the cabin, and it's going to have a nice curve back here like this. And there's going to be a light value in that. All right, let's come up and roughly put in the top part of the cabin there. And then there's 2 portholes, just like that. So we've got a lot of people on this boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost 10, I think. So when it comes to drawing people, let's come over here and let me just show you this idea, and this might help you here. If you draw a line to be the top of the head and then to the bottom of the feet, okay, so you have this distance. If you draw a line right in the middle of that, that will be at the person's legs. So their legs will be from the middle all the way down. So this is going to be their hip, their midsection, their upper body, and their head. It's a pretty good idea for a silhouette, if you can remember that. Hands will usually drop down right about at the hips. So let's go ahead and start to work in some of these figures, okay? And be mindful of where those figures go above the horizon line or below. Let me make an adjustment here real quick. And then we'll come back. There, we'll come back and make this bigger as we need it, but that should give us a good idea of so we know what we're looking at. Okay, back of the stern of the boat here. First thing I'm gonna do is drop in this tone of the back of the sailboat. All right, first guy I'm going to draw on the back end here. I'm going to put a mark where he's coming into the boat. And then I'm going to look at the horizon line. And he's like, that horizon line is almost splitting him in two. So, okay, we got that. So let's just kind of pencil in his silhouette. Okay. Okay, right in front of him. Looks like this person here, there's another person here. I'm looking for the half. All right, so they're on the edge of the boat there, and their head is just above the horizon line. Okay, and then there's a person right behind them. There's their head. Looks like there's some upload problems here, so just hang loose. We won't go forward till we're caught up here. It's It usually takes a minute or so for it to get back up to speed. Okay. All right, looks like it's back up to speed here. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, so I'm going to keep making my way across the boat here, and it looks like I've got this gentleman right here. And when you put his head in, shift it to one side just a little bit. All right, we have another group of people here, and they're And somebody's standing up back here. All right, let's continue placing figures and getting some more elements of this boat in place. So I'm going to go ahead and add the mast here. And then the person on the back of the boat, there's this, I think this is not, it's like they're leaning up against something that maybe controls the rudder in the back. Okay, let's divide the sail down. I'm just staying lightly, keeping it light here. I'll come back and go in darker in just a bit, but for right now, just trying to keep it nice and light. Okay, I'm going to add a light tone to the sail, a light value. Same thing over here. And then the boat itself also has that same value. All right, I'm going to come back into this now and add another dark level of value. So I'm just going to push down a little bit harder here on some of my lines. Okay. One thing you want to do when you're drawing these pictures, you want to squint your eyes and ask yourself what areas are the darkest darks. So the darkest values are these silhouettes of these people. So I'm gonna go back over them and drop another darker value on them. Also have that stripe on that boat that's pretty dark as well. Really get those people to sit inside your boat. So all I'm doing right now is just adding more detail to the people in the boat. Darker silhouette. And now just coming in here and adding some interesting silhouetted shapes. Okay. This, I can't remember the name of this forward sail. I don't know if it's called a jib or something, but there is some lines that are going across the surface there. They've got lines come from the bow, and of course they've got a flag that's flying. So I'm just going in here and just kind of working details. The boat has this railing, not really a railing, but when I'm sometimes drawing a straight line, I'll push down and pull up. And then this edge of the sail compared to the sky is sort of has a nice sharp edge. So let's bring that in. Okay, so by this time you should be about done with this, with some of the detail that we have on this ship. And I've just kind of, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I have just gone along and made sure there's some interesting silhouettes that are going on here. And let's jump right into getting this, I'm going to go ahead and now and make this smaller here. Let's get the reflections in place. So I'm going to take my pencil like this, all right, and I'm going to kind of like, because my picture is going to be more about reflections, I'm going to look at the one that is toward the bottom here, and I'm just going to kind of like look at that weird shape. Hey, buddy. Look at that weird shape there, and then just match it. This is where you've got to really trust what you see and not what you think. And this is a pretty dark value, so I don't want to... Okay, so right in the middle of this, you almost can get an idea that it's matching up with the mast. I'm going to do that lightly for right now. Now I have something to guide my marks. All right, I'm going to jump up forward here, and now I'm looking at the next big mass of value, of reflection. Hey, Giovanna, how are you doing? Hey, if you're not signed up, if you haven't liked or commented or even followed, please do that. But I do want to bring up there is a class I have called the Daily Draw, and the description, the link for the class is in the description. It's a class that I really try and focus on of trying to get you in the habit of drawing a little bit every day. That's why it's called the Daily Draw. And you can, it's a private class, so you could check that out, but the link is in the description of the video. Okay, so I'm just kind of making my way up this this picture here. Just trust it. Trust as you go along here. So right at the top here, I can see on the picture that it kind of stops. The water is not as rough. So along this very imaginary line here, right along in here, I want to keep all my reflections below that. So this is going to be the darkest reflections on the page, and then I'm going to want to lighten them up quite a bit. So this part of this drawing is the part that just is you're gonna just have to slow down and start just adding pieces a little bit at a time. It has been a while. I'm doing well. Just we're plugging along here, right? Trying to get some resemblance of these reflections in the water. Very sharp edges on these reflections. It's okay if it takes a while. It just shows you that you can't really rush this stuff. I'm coming up here back to my boat just a little bit, and these waves that the boat's going through, I'm just going to leave some marks like it's moving right through it. As this reflection gets closer to the sailboat, it's going to be far more foreshortened. This is exciting YouTube video right now. Don't want to lose concentration. little bits at a time. All right. All right, let's jump up to the sky now. Let's take a break from this. And I can see that there's a little bit of mountains or land in the background there. So I'm going to put just a sliver right beyond the horizon line. And then I've got this big old cloud. I'm going to add some tone here. And then the sea is actually lighter than the sky, at least this bottom part below this cloud. So I'm going to come back and add a little bit of tone to the whole sky back there. Okay, back to this cloud. Now this cloud is kind of dark here in certain places. So I'm going to go ahead and darken it in a little bit on the bottom. All right. I see another cloud behind it, a little bit lighter in value. So I want to and then one more in the very back there. I'm going to go real light. Okay, the sail, I want a real sharp, tight line here. Okay. Just kind of going into the edges of my ship and sharpening up lines if I need to. All right. Let's see. Let's get that back into focus there. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. I'm going to come back in here and I think just darkens in some of these values just a little bit, maybe in the ocean here, but not too shabby. I hope yours turned out just as nice. Do add it to our Facebook group. We'd love to have you if you're not a member there, or if you're not even part of it, join it. It's a very active community and people are very supportive. You won't find a better group that's out there. But I think that's going to do it. So, hey, listen, thank you all for watching. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this has been Monday Afternoon Live. All right? All right, go out there. Make your day great. Bye-bye.